Good to see you.
Good seeing you.
Haven't seen you in forever.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey guys, it's Kelly and Kat with Whiskey Wednesday. We are from Springfield Distillery. We are going to do a this or that today. Just a really quick shout out to my little friend, Forrest, who got me my shirt. I had a very nice Valentine's present that I got from Forrest, and he thought that I needed to have this Por Favor sweatshirt, so I'm wearing it for him today. So Forrest, if you see me when you make your mocktails, just know I'm representing you. Anyway, thank you very much. So Kat got to do last Whiskey Wednesday with me, and she was down at the distillery, and we played with a bunch of whiskeys and that stuff, and so we finally decided that we were going to on Facebook.
Quick shout out to Austin at Berry Hill. We went Saturday for dinner, and I'm telling you right now, he has nailed the River Road Margarita, which is made with our orange whiskey. But he so graciously changed his recipe for me and did it with the double shot of blackberry. Y'all have to try it.
Yeah, Kathy is a firm believer of a double shot of blackberry in any cocktail, but it was really good in the margarita.
Really good.
And really she would typically do this in the Collins, but we're going to just change this up, and we're trying to show the versatility of making an easy cocktail and then kind of upping it a little bit, you know, and doing different whiskeys in it, but also like doing a higher proof in that.
Yeah.
So we'll start with, I'm going to do, I'll ice for you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. If I didn't have water in my glass.
So today we are going to start with making a Collins. Really any flavored whiskey goes with a Collins mix. This week we've chose to go with a maple Collins. Still a little wintry, I think.
Yeah, I think the maple and the lemon just goes really well.
For sure.
So if I was going to bake or something, I think this came about like talking about like if we were going to bake something, I think that the maple and the lemon is a good balance. So
I've been instructed I have to make these tasting
She's going to make them according to tasting room guidelines.
Okay.
What you do in your own home is whatever you want to do.
Correct.
Tom Collins, the Tom Collins mix is sold in Food Lion. You can get it in Walmart, any of those stores. Tom Collins is really easy. We just like the Mr. and Mrs. T's. It's just one that I really like, and it's easily, it's readily available for us. So this is why we use that one.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with the 1 ounce of maple whiskey. Then I'm going to take the top. Ooh, shoot. Who opened it?
I opened them so you didn't have to do it.
Oh, so I didn't have to shake them?
Yeah.
You're just
Sorry.
an awesome
They're all prepped for
assistant.
you, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kelly likes to take, when she uses a mixer, she likes to go to like right to the Springfield line, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 1 part whiskey, 2 parts mixer. So double the mixer of the whiskey you have in there.
Exactly. I would probably use a little bit less of the Collins mix just because that's just my preference. You could use less, you could use more. It's really up to you.
You really like to taste the whiskey.
I do like to taste the flavored whiskey.
Yeah.
I think I would use more Collins mix if I bumped up the proof.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And then we just add Sprite to top it off.
Oh, I didn't get you any spoons out.
No spoons.
No mixers. Just real quick, we are in Michelle. It's her birthday. So happy birthday, Michelle, if you're watching. We're super excited. We're taking good care of your home on your birthday. We're drinking cocktails. Yeah. We're going to have dinner. I might take a bath in your nice big bathtub tonight for your birthday. So we're celebrating in style. So,
all right. And you know, Kelly is the queen of garnish. So I'm just going to pop a lemon in there for you.
Okay. Do I get to taste yours?
Sure. Why not? Why not?
That's really good, Kat.
You like it with the maple?
Yeah. But I'm going to kick this one up. So Kat did, that's really good.
That is really good.
It's like a, not as sweet and sour, but it's got that sweet and then the sour of the lemon behind it. So I'm going to do this one. I decided that I was going to do this with the 1842 because I think that 1842 boldness, I think the sweetness of the wine, that it's been aged in the wine barrel, I think it just kind of balances super well with the sour of that. So I'm going to take this 1842. This is at 100 proof. Really funny, people either like the straight bourbon, they like the 1842, sometimes they like both, or they have a preference with this. I like both, but I have a preference on cocktails with which one I use. And I do like the 1842 with anything sour, like Tom Collins, lemonade, whiskey sour, that kind of stuff. I think that one is really good in a mixed drink. I would probably use the 1842 a little bit more. And I am going to use a 1 ounce pour in this just because it's an 8 ounce glass. So it's a smaller cocktail. We probably got, I'm going to say we probably have between 5 ounces of total cut in here with that. So I'm going to go up to the Springfield Distillery line just because I want this one just a little bit tart to balance the whiskey with that. And I'm just going to top this with some Sprite. And I'm going to change this up a little bit, and I'm going to add an orange to this just because I really like the way the orange mixes with our whiskey, and I just really like the little bit of, I like the little bit of sweetness with the 1842.
That's why I cut a whole plate of oranges.
That's right,
because
you know I'm going to use the orange. 9 times out of 10, there's an orange in here. That's an adult drink.
Is that a grown-up drink?
It's a grown-up drink. Good.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to kick this one up just a smidge, I will tell you this. If you like the maple of the first one, but you want the boldness of that, I would add this Sweet Heat habanero infused maple. A little drizzle of this in there. We're going to do that just to give it a tiny bit of a taste. If you want the maple of the 60 proof, but you want to do, and I mean this is just a tiny little drizzle on this one, so there goes my lid. But I think that maple, the little bit of sweetness on this is going to be really good.
I will say, because this one is sweet. There is no denying.
Okay, so take that with just
one's not sweet.
Yeah, I think you're going to get, it just got, you can add a little bit more. But I think I taste a little bit more of that sweetness in there. And she's got the heat. So that was the Collins. So the Collins, we did that with
don't breathe and drink.
With the young version, which is, this is complete opposite today. I just want to go on record. Kathy is older than me, so she's doing the old. She's old and she needs she needs the easier version. I'm young. I can take the vibrant, the really strong cocktails. So just kind of show me how that goes. So Kat did the maple whiskey with the Collins mix. And just some Sprite. I did it with the 1842. You can add maple syrup or the habanero infused maple syrup with that, or you can just put a splash of the maple whiskey in it, and I think that would be really good. But this Collins mix, I will tell you guys, this cocktail base for just about any of our whiskeys.
Absolutely.
Blackberry, orange, mint, the honey, the maple, the peach, anything would go with this. It's just a really great, refreshing cocktail.
It is refreshing.
All right, so that's the Collins. Are you ready to move on to our mojito?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we haven't done this. We haven't done a mojito in a while, and I think the last one I did might have been a blackberry one. I think we did that some time ago. It was really summery, had the blackberry and the mint and the lime, and I just think it had a really good balance. Kat decided to change this up and do this. No, you did it with the blackberry. You just repeat. Yeah, there we go. I totally missed that one.
Because I wanted to do Blackberry Collins, and you told me.
And I said you can't do the same cocktail again.
Right.
So, okay, so you've got some ice in here, and then you've got.
What we've learned is blackberry can go with
just about anything. Things. Yeah, it's really good. So this is a Master of Mixes mojito mix. You can pour your blackberry.
And I still have to just stick with the 1 ounce.
Yeah, you're going to. Now, Kat, if she was making this at home, would definitely go much higher in the blackberry. She likes a good half glass full of blackberry, and then she does a splash of the mixers in that.
Yep.
This mojito mix is one that we will be selling in the tasting room, but I do think that they have this in Food Lion and Walmart near us. I would say the mojito mix is pretty easy, and I'm not picky about the mojito mix. I don't really have a preference on this, but again, I just like the Master of Mixes one. So less is more with this. I will tell you. This is not one I would ease into this. In fact, I would almost go equal parts of whiskey and the whiskey and the mixer.
Just even a little bit, even right under to where it says distillery.
Yeah, because it's got a nice. It's got a nice thing. Yeah. Are you gonna keep this winter with ginger ale, or are you gonna go Sprite with this one?
I don't care, Mama.
Your choice on this one. I know what I'm gonna do in my version, but I'm not gonna tell you.
She's using ginger ale. So FYI, I'm gonna use Sprite because it's open. And with the mojito, I'm gonna put a lime in.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I agree with that one.
Oh, look at that.
Approved.
The students is learning from the
Students.
master.
You're welcome.
Okay. I know this is gonna be good. My preference, if this was just a little more purple.
So you can add those blackberry purees
Yeah.
that we're selling in
Or a
the,
little more whiskey.
or a little more whiskey, which Kat will take a sip, I'll take a sip, and then she'll probably put another shot in here just to prove her point that it's much better with a lot more.
You know what? You can totally taste the back. I am so excited in the background with using just a little less mojito.
Oh God, this is
Yeah, that's it.
yeah, that's super good.
That's good.
But I'm gonna make one really good too, just because.
Just
so I'm gonna take this 8-ounce one, and I'm gonna do this with the honey because I just think that honey, the honey whiskey, and the boldness of that, and that sweetness will balance the lime and the mint flavors of the mojito really, really well. So I'm gonna do this with in my 8-ounce jar. You guys, just the tasting jars with this. I'm gonna do a full ounce pour of the honey in this. This is the younger, more vibrant, appealing, strong cocktail. If you had to pick the two, now that blackberry, this is going to be a tough one. That was going to be a tough one to beat. I don't know if this one's that's going to be the preference. I think it's going to definitely be this. So you guys have to comment whether or not you think you would drink this or that. So the first one was the Maple Collins. That was the 1842 Collins. Kathy has this on the Blackberry Mojito. I'm going to do that on the Honey Mojito. I think this is going to still be pretty good. And I did mine with ginger ale just because it's a little less sweet. And that's not bad.
Not so bad.
Not so bad. Watermelon lime would be so good of the AHA. I think that one would be so good in this. That watermelon lime I think would be the one that I would probably do with that.
That would be.
This is good with the lime in it.
And a little taste, another sip of that one. That you squeeze the fresh lime.
Yeah, I squeezed the fresh lime in there. I like it.
I like that.
I do too.
That you made with the honey.
Yep, that was with the honey.
You switched it up on me.
Oh, was it?
But I like this.
Oh, this was. That was supposed to be the scratch corn whiskey.
That's okay.
So
it works with the honey. That's what we learned.
Oh yeah, that was my bad. Sorry about that.
So we're gonna move on and make a Cosmo.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
This Cosmo, so for those of you, or if you've never had a Cosmo, this is basically, it's basically cranberry juice. I mean, so I really like this mixer because I'm not big on the sweet. So I think this cranberry is really good, although it has, the second ingredient is sugar in this, and you guys do not want to know the carbs, although it's not, 19 carbs isn't horrendous. So if you did this with the seltzer and the, and one of the whiskeys, you're not low carb by any stretch, but I think it would be less sweet. But this is just cranberry juice and sugar, and that it's just a fancy cranberry juice. Correct. I think this, because the sugar in it doesn't have the tartness that you would typically find in just doing a Cosmo with cranberry and that. So, but I think this one is going to be super good. We did this one, I think, with the peach one time. We tried it. You're doing this one. Okay.
Yeah. This week I chose the mint.
Yeah.
And we say it every single time we make a drink that the mint sounds so weird, but when you pair it with the juice, it just makes it pop.
It's just really vibrant. It's just really, this is really good with the lemonades, with your iced teas. It's good with obviously like your hot teas, hot chocolates, coffees, and things like that with the mint. But the mint for me is just going to be that summertime favorite, going into spring in that and bringing in some different juices and mixing that up. I think it's going to be really, really good.
And so with this Cosmo, I'm just going to go right back to where Kelly likes to mix it, right to the Springfield sign. And I'm going to put ginger ale in mine.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna switch it up.
Okay. I think I'm going to go back to my Collins because that was really good.
Yeah. But I think the ginger ale with the cranberry and the mint is just going to still give it a little bit of that wintry feel. And I know what you're going to use. I'm going to throw another lime. Lime's my favorite citrus.
I think cranberry and lime goes really good. I think you could do lemon in that one too. I think
you
the lemon might be really good.
Do orange if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm going to go for orange.
Duh.
That's the given. we tried this one this
It's
weekend,
good.
and this is
That
one
one's
that
good.
Kat and I both decided was 100% slam dunk with the mint whiskey.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm so sorry if you're commenting. We've got this way back because we're in Michelle's house. So if you're commenting, I'll just come back and I promise you at the end of this, I'll reply. So apologize for that. Or Rachel might be commenting, I hope, for me.
Kelly's eyes aren't what they used to be. I can help
Oh
translate.
my God,
for
you
her.
guys, this is really
It's
good.
It's good.
That's really good. If you wanted it a little bit sweeter, the Sprite would totally work with that. And then if you don't want sweet, I would just do a seltzer.
Yeah.
The cranberry seltzer would be good. A lime seltzer would be super good with that one. I think there's a cranberry aha. I think that would be really good with that. So that would be my choice. Now this one should be kicked up a notch. I was supposed to do the honey. I'm going to use the scratch with this. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to like this one. I'll be honest with you. I think the scratch might be a little bit potent for me, but we're going to give it a shot. I really like this. I'll change my mind. I'll probably use the lime in there because I really like the scratch with lime.
Okay.
I just like,
Yeah.
I think the typical ginger ale. I think this is our very first cocktail. Very first cocktail we ever made.
Cocktail.
The only cocktail we had for a while in the tasting room. And we thought we were kicking it up because we had like a 750 version and a 375 version of the scratch. I had one darn whiskey to play with, and we used it with ginger ale. It was the one I preferred. It was probably the only thing I could drink because the scratch was just so damn strong for me at the time. So we're going to do this, and we're going to kick this one up. And this is at 90 proof. So the corn whiskey, we call this the OG. This is our original girl, and this was just what we did for ginger ale, lemonades, whiskey sours. I mean, this is one, if you want a little bit of that whiskey, the taste to that, I think that this would be really, really good in any of the cocktails we're making today if you want a little bit more potency with this. But this is probably my absolute favorite in a coffee drink. And if we have a little bit of time, I might throw in a coffee one, even though Kathy said we weren't allowed to, but we might just throw that one in. Just because I think this scratch corn whiskey is so good in it. But we're going to do this with the cranberry. And I think that the sugar in this Cosmo mix is going to balance really well. I'm going to go a little bit heavier on the pour with this. I'm going to go right to the top of the Springfield on that, just because that corn whiskey does have a big bite to it. And I am going to do this. You did yours with ginger ale, but I'm going to do it with ginger ale also.
I think it's a good pairing, actually.
Yeah. And then I'm going to stick with the lime, I think, with this, just because I really like, one of my classic cocktails that I've done is just the ginger ale, the scratch, and lime. Super good. We did it a couple weeks ago with the Simply Limeade. Probably I think that is going to be one of my favorite summertime cocktails that we do. But we're going to do this with the cranberry and see how we like this. I'm going to tell you, I think you cannot taste the whiskey in that.
I don't think it's the taste that gets me on the original scratch. It's the smell that hits me.
Okay,
first.
I'm going to tell you,
Should I hold my breath?
I taste less whiskey in this than I did with the mint.
Oh. Zero corn smell, and that's what gets me with the scratch.
And not an aftertaste or anything.
Not an aftertaste, yeah. That's really, and it's kind of dry. I don't know how,
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Sweet,
No sweetness with this. So I think
sweet,
you could.
not sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, same drink.
But enough sweetness from the cranberry mixer with the simple syrup in it. This is one that you guys could easily, I think you could do this with the Sprite if you wanted this a little bit sweeter, but I actually really dig this like this.
That one was really good.
So I messed this up. This was supposed to be done with the honey whiskey. Kathy had her little notes over here. She planned today's Whiskey Wednesday. And when it's planned and it's in writing, I still screw it up. So just to be clear, I still don't know how to do what I'm doing. But this was really good. I will finish this one. Yep. And we're gonna stack mine over here. I think you guys should be picking that today.
No, this is
Kat is this. I'm that. Just remember who's going to be pouring these in the tasting room. You want to go with a that. So this or that, of course. So The last one, or at least I think this is the last one that we're going to be doing, is going to be the Manhattan. And I think we've done this before a couple weeks ago. But I've got to tell you, we've been selling this Manhattan mix in the tasting room. And I've got to tell you, this may be my favorite mixer in the tasting room. I'm going to do it the classic way that I love it. And I just think it is so good. But Kat's going to do hers a little bit different. So I'm going to get you some ice. You guys, these are the rocks glasses. I just think these things are like my favorite go-to right now. It's great if you guys have the molds with the squares or the spheres. Just a personal preference. I like the squares better because the spheres roll around and sometimes it splashes when you drink it. I'm not a huge fan of the sphere. Somebody told me the trick if you get those sphere molds is to fill them halfway, and then that way they are flat on the top, and then you put it down in there, and then you've got the sphere that it's still, you know, icing it and everything, but it's not sloshing around. So there's an idea if you guys get those molds, just do them in half. But I really like the square molds with that. But Kat, you're getting ice cubes because that's what you get today. I don't have the molds here at Michelle's.
I don't.
Maybe another time.
Obviously.
Maybe another time. So you,
Okay.
she's probably going to do one of my favorites. Well, I gave you my favorite today. So you go ahead and use my favorite.
I mean, you told me I had to use orange, in all honesty.
Well, I think you have to use orange in this. So this is the
But
only,
I will say, last weekend we did this with brown sugar cinnamon.
and that had a really nice
That
wintry
was
spice
crazy
to it.
good.
Yeah.
Crazy good.
I mean, yours is going to be really good because it's my favorite orange whiskey,
Yeah.
but mine's going to be over the top amazing, just so you know. And I'd go an ounce and a half in this one. I'd go a full shot. Or two. I mean,
It's halfway.
yeah, it's halfway. So, in these rocks glasses with the ice, these are definitely a lot more bang for your buck. I really like these glasses, and I would do a full ounce and a half, a full shot pour in this. I just think that the full shot in these glasses is just, it's over the top. It's really good.
So I think what we found with these Manhattan and with the old fashioned is you don't add a carbonation to it.
No.
Just
No,
the mixer,
you're right.
right?
Good point.
So I'm just going to do what Miss Kelly would do, just one squeeze of an orange in there, and I'm just going to fill this.
So it's going to be about equal parts. You're going to do about equal parts of the Manhattan or Old Fashioned. Both of these, really, really good. You could do either of these mixers from the tasting room and that. And then are you going to put a little?
I'm going to put a little
maraschino cherry in yours.
Well, I learned from the best. With a little bit of.
And just a splash of that. Yep. I think this one's so good. This is going to be a toss-up. I'm not sure which is going to be my favorite of this.
No, you're coming in strong on that back end.
Oh,
with the
yes.
next one.
Okay, so prepare yourself because this is going to be, this is like the best cocktail that we're making today. I will tell you. You like it with orange?
It's good. That Manhattan mix has a little bit of a spice to it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is.
What
We
it
talked
is,
about
but it's
this.
good.
I think it's the Angostura bitters. I think it's the bitters in that.
Yeah.
I'm sure if Sam's on this, he will tell us all about what the flavor is that we're doing. But I think it is the bitters in that. God, that is really good. That's dangerous because you don't taste the whiskey in there. I will tell you. But then we're going to do a grown-up version because I just think this one is so good. I would do a full shot of this. This is our Springfield straight bourbon. And I will tell you guys, I think we're down to about our last 30 bottles of this. If you guys like the bourbon, this one's going to be on hold for about 6 months just to prepare yourself for this. If you like it, I would definitely get in this weekend and get your bottle of the straight bourbon because it's going to be a little while before it comes back. And then we're ready and we will be adding it we'll be able to have a lot more in stock. But this is one that we did much better than I thought we were going to do with the straight bourbon. And we thought we were going to do well, but it did really, really well. So this one, I've got my straight bourbon in here. I'm going to do like Kat and put a good squeeze of orange. I'm just going to kick it up because I like the orange so much. Guess what I'm doing? I'm kicking it up by 2 oranges. And then, what the hell? We're going to go with 2 cherries. Because, it's an adult cocktail, a little splash of the grenadine. And then I'm just going to put, as you guys can see, it's a very full glass. It would be perfect with just a little bit of Angostura bitters and do that as like an old-fashioned, maybe a little bit of simple syrup in that in here. But I'm going to put a splash of this Manhattan in here. And literally, I probably have maybe an ounce, if that. I don't even know if I have an ounce of the Manhattan mix in there.
You're throwing your cherry juice all over the
sorry. Oh my gosh. You guys, you just got to see how, I mean, look at how pretty. Can you guys see how awesome this cocktail is? I mean, it's almost, I hate to even, it's like a piece of art.
You hate to drink it. No troubles.
Nope, I don't hate to drink that. Ooh, that's good. You're going to need a little bit more Manhattan in there.
You don't know what I need.
Okay, sorry. Well, I've been guiding you for the last 4 years on cocktail drinking, so.
The last, 34 years, let's be honest.
Yeah. Let's see what you think. This is going to be a nice kick.
It's warm.
Yeah, that is 100 proof whiskey.
But so smooth. It's
Isn't it
so
yummy?
smooth.
This is probably, I think of all of my cocktails, this Manhattan like this.
Perfect.
And I think you can gauge, like you can add a little bit more Manhattan to it if you want it just a little bit sweeter. But I think just the splash of it is just, it's kind of like the Angostura bitters, like you've cut out in doing an old fashioned, it's weird, like with the Manhattan, for me, it's like with the bitters and then the sweetness. So you've got kind of that mix, but it's got that caramel flavor to it. So it's like almost like a caramel old fashioned or something of some sort to me. I don't know.
It's
Golly, this is good.
I don't mind it at all.
Good.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so I want to do one more just because. So I need to borrow your glass. So you're going to put yours, you're kicking that out for a little bit because I want to show you guys the coffee one that I wanted to do. This is just kind of ad hoc because I think it's going to be so good. And I'm going to do this one. I just think it's going to be so pretty in this rocks glass. Do I still have my, oh, I do. Okay. And I'll just need a little bit of half and half. And I'm going to do this. I think you could do this with the maple, but I think that the corn whiskey, you guys, this corn whiskey with the coffee, it's just becoming one of my favorites. And I would go a full ounce and a half because I want it nice and strong in there.
Wait, I missed. You're doing it with a plain scratch.
I did it with a plain scratch. So this is in my rocks glass, and this is going to be kind of like a White Russian kind of version for us. It's going to be like an Irish coffee meets White Russian meets Springfield for all of that. Do I need to open this one up? So we had, I think I told you guys this, that we had the espresso mix that we had back in the day, and it was from Master Mixes, and I loved it. Food Lion had it, and I would buy out the shelf. I got in trouble a lot of times because I would buy out everything at Food Lion. And I called Master Mixes, and this Finest Call, if you guys see this, if you have access to this Finest Call, it is made by Master of Mixes, so it's the same thing. If you guys see whiskey sour or that with it, just go ahead and pick up these Finest Calls. It's a little bit more bang for your buck. You get a little bit more for it. But I think that this has got really, really good flavor to it. I'm going to just fill this almost up, and then I'm just going to put the splash of the half and half on this. So I'm going to mix this up a little bit so I got my whiskey and the espresso to it, and I'm just going to put that little bit of, oh my God, do you see how pretty this is? Oh my God, you guys, look at this. Look at this. It looks like a little lava going in there. It is just so fabulous. I don't even want to mix it because it's so pretty. Dessert. We got all our little appetizers and entrees with that. This is definitely the dessert cocktail. Mustache a little bit.
Mustache. It's good. You know, it's tastes like a better White Russian.
Yeah. It doesn't have, it's so weird that the corn whiskey, sometimes when you use the corn whiskey, it has a really strong corn flavor to it. If you guys have ever done moonshine or corn, it has that really strong taste. To me, we sell this Finest Call. I just think it's got such a great flavor to it. It's like a nice, almost like a Starbucks flavor to it, I think. And then you add the half and half. If you guys want it a little bit sweeter, this is where you want to throw in your flavored creamers. Go crazy. You can do white mocha, you can do vanilla caramel, you can do the sugar cookie if you want it a little bit sweeter. Like, you could go crazy with your creamers. That's where you can add the flavor to it. You've got the strength of the whiskey, you have that strength of the espresso mix, and then do what you want with the creamer. I don't like it super sweet, so I use the half and half. Heavy whipping cream would give it a nice richness to this, but I think you could do really anything. And if I was going to do this with this would probably be the brown sugar cinnamon.
Oh, that'd be a good change.
I think it'd be a really good change.
Yep.
Yep. Christmas we would do the mint. I don't know, change it up.
Many different things.
What do you think of this one?
I do like it. I'm actually a little bit surprised that I liked it as much as I did.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do a recap, and you guys got to vote on these. Okay, ready? So, Kat's, this was the first one was
My Maple Collins.
Maple Collins.
Yep.
And I changed up. Is this the Collins? What the hell is this one?
That's the Collins.
Yep, this
But
is
you
the
did
Collins.
orange.
I did an orange in my Collins. Absolutely right. I did this, my Collins, I did with the 1842. I think it's got a really nice, robust flavor to it. Add the Collins mix, a little bit of Sprite, a squeeze of orange. If you don't like the sweetness of the orange, then just put a lemon in there and it's going to keep it nice and So,
Yeah.
Kathy's, this was the maple. That was the 1842.
Yeah.
I won't judge if you pick mine. It's okay.
Or mine.
And then the second one that we did, Kat, was this, and she did the
Blackberry Mojito. And I'm telling you, it's good. It's good with 1 ounce in it. You still
You
get
wanna
that
kick
blackberry in the background. But if I was making this at home, I certainly would do 3 ounces.
3 ounces. We should go halfway, right
Yeah.
past the hammer. She'd
So
be
I
way
would
over
say,
the hammer
yeah,
in this one.
If you want to taste the blackberry in the background, go a little bit less on that mojito mix.
Yeah.
It's not going to kill
Yeah,
the
this
drink.
one I will tell you, this is really strong on this
Yeah.
mojito mix. Just know that does have quite a bit of flavor to it. So ease into that one. But really good mix with this. I would even do this one week. We're going to do this with a ginger beer. I think this would be
Oh, that
so
would be
good.
good.
We might
Yeah.
do a mule with this one next week. We might do a repeat on the mojito just because I think it's so good right now. So my mojito was done that. And I did this with the honey whiskey. I changed it up. I was supposed to do it with the scratch corn whiskey. Kind of like that I did it with the honey because that little bit of sweetness was a good balance with this. And I did this with the mojito mix, and I did this with ginger ale.
You
right?
did do
Yeah, I
yours
did this with ginger ale.
Yep. I did one with my Sprite.
Oh my God. You guys, this
my
mojito
favorite.
might become a
Right there.
normal cocktail for us straight through the fall. I think it would be so
It
changing
should.
this up. This one, you guys are going to see this on repeat a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next one was the Cosmo.
I did mine with the mints.
Yeah.
Squeeze a lime, and I did ginger ale this time.
Yeah, and I think the orange whiskey would, of course, it's my favorite. That
Yeah.
orange whiskey would knock that sucker out of the park. I mean, the mint is super, super good. It's very good. The mint is very, very good. I think maybe with the carbonation, I would probably stick with this one with like a some sort of a seltzer, just because it's a little sweet for me. Mine that was done with. Okay.
You did it with the regular scratch.
I did it with regular scratch. That's it. I hit a repeat on scratch. This was the cranberry, the scratch, and then I did a little bit of lime in here. I think the orange or lemon garnish would be really good. A splash of lemonade would probably be really good in this one. If you guys wanted to kind of kick this up and make it a little bit more springtime, summer, it'd be like winter meets summer and right in the middle of spring and that stuff. So I think this one would be really good. But I really like this one. Cheers.
I like this one.
Yeah, I like that. You definitely taste more cranberry in mine, I think, than you. I think the cranberry stands out a little bit more in this one with the scratch.
Really?
I do.
Now I'm going to have to take a sip.
I think it does. Oh my God, that's really good. I think that one's good. That one's really good. And we sell that we sell the Cosmo mix in
It
the
is good.
distillery.
It
That
is
one's
good.
good. Then we went to the Manhattans, and Kathy's
Okay,
stuck
don't
with.
take
it
points off.
Yeah,
for
take
the
points
cup
off
that
because
she
it's,
put.
'cause it's now in a used glass. Kathy's Manhattan. This was made with
The orange
whiskey.
and just the Manhattan mix and a squeeze of orange and a cherry.
This is definitely a gateway. If you guys want to have a more adult cocktail, you want to order something that seems a little bit more a traditional cocktail, this orange is super good with this. However, this one is over the top. I'm just going to say mine rocks. I would definitely pick that on this one.
I think I would pick that on this one. That was really good.
Super good. Super good. And then we didn't do a this,
is
or that.
still good. That's really good.
It's really good. This is all grown up. This is like it took me 4
Yeah.
years to get here, but I am here. Let me just tell you, I'm there. Good. And then for dessert, we're gonna do our little. I just threw this one in here because I just think it's so good. This is the scratch corn whiskey. We did it with the espresso mixer and the with just half and half. You could do heavy whipping cream. You could do any flavored creamers with this. This is definitely a dessert one. And we just want to do a shout out to Addie, who doesn't want to come on camera, but it's Kat's daughter, and she was helping us with our stage manager. We kicked it up, and we actually. She helped us with lighting and everything like that. Not that you can see it. This is Addie, so we're going to take her to dinner for all of her stage management.
She's the best.
Actions. So anyway, you guys, thanks for joining us. Hope you guys like this. This weekend, Mason and Sarah will be doing the tasting room, so you guys have to go by and see them. You can pick this or that. We'll have a few other cocktails thrown in there, just for those some regulars with the whiskey sour or something fun with that. But hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys will watch. And really quick, Sunday. Barnwood Builders is coming back to visit us. We'll do a lot of posts on this. I'm sorry, but we're super excited about this. As you guys know, the tasting room was built by Barnwood Builders back in August of 2015. We aired in December of 2015. We opened the distillery in 2016. We become really good friends with Tim Rose from the show, and he came back and visited us. And we're going to be on Barnwood Builders on Sunday night at 9 o'clock. My understanding is they're actually playing the first episode at 8 p.m. So we'll make sure you guys know this, and unfortunately we're going to inundate you with this because we're so excited about it. But the other thing I want to tell you, if you guys are watching to the end of this video, thank you. And if anybody's watched to the end, I will throw your name in for a prize. Just know that they actually are doing a twofer. They are showing us again in March. And those are the cabins that we have on the property. So they came back and visited, they split it up, and they decided to put us in tomorrow, this Sunday's episode, and again in March. So we're super excited. You guys will see all about that for our cabin. So we hope you guys will enjoy that and come and stay with us for a while. So anyway, enjoy. I hope you guys vote for that.
No, vote for this.
That.
I watched to the end. Do I get a prize?
No, you get nothing. You get dinner tonight.
Okay. I get to spend
Thanks,
time
you guys.
with you.
Yeah, right here we go. Okay, bye guys. Thanks so much.